There are, of course, exceptions. Men who wake each morning with purpose and clarity, who move through their days with genuine satisfaction and conviction. But let's acknowledge the more uncomfortable and widespread reality: countless men feel fundamentally empty inside. For every man who can honestly claim he feels fulfilled, there must be dozens who, in the quiet moments before sleep, sense a persistent hollowness, a gnawing absence they can't quite name or understand. The problem, though deeply personal, is rooted in something far larger than individual failure. Men aren't empty because they've made wrong choices or lack ambition. They're empty because of a profound mismatch between what society demands of them and what actually nourishes a human soul. The truth is this: modern masculinity has become an elaborate performance of achievement without meaning. We've been taught to measure ourselves by promotions earned, deals closed, weights lifted, women impressed. We track our worth through salary figures and social status, through the car we drive and the watch we wear. And somewhere in this relentless accounting of external markers, we've lost contact with something essential. A man can spend decades pursuing what he's been told will make him feel whole: the corner office, the perfect physique, the impressive portfolio, only to arrive at these destinations and discover they provide no lasting satisfaction whatsoever. The emptiness remains, sometimes even deeper than before, because now there's nowhere left to hide behind the excuse that I'll feel better when I finally achieve X. The emptiness stems from disconnection. Disconnection from our own emotional lives, which we've been trained to ignore or suppress since boyhood. Disconnection from authentic relationships, replaced by transactional interactions and surface-level camaraderie. Disconnection from any sense of purpose beyond productivity, beyond being useful, beyond performing competence. We weren't always this way. Historically, men found meaning through clear roles in tight-knit communities, as fathers whose guidance genuinely mattered, as craftsmen who saw the tangible results of their labor, as members of communities where their presence had weight and consequence. But modernity has atomized us. We work at jobs that feel abstract and meaningless. We live in cities where we're anonymous. We're told we're free, yet we've never felt more imprisoned by expectations we didn't choose. The modern man is exhausted from maintaining an image of strength he doesn't feel. He's tired of pretending that accumulating more money, more status, more achievements will finally fill the void. He senses, often unconsciously, that he's been sold a fraudulent version of masculinity, one that promises fulfillment through domination and control, when what he actually needs is connection and vulnerability. The emptiness whispers its presence in different ways. It's there in the Sunday evening dread, that sinking feeling when the weekend's distractions fade and Monday loom. It's in the compulsive scrolling through screens, searching for something to feel, anything to feel. It's in the hollow triumph of professional success that brings no joy, only relief that we've avoided failure for another quarter. It's in the relationships we maintain at arm's length, never quite letting anyone see the uncertainty beneath the surface. What makes this particularly cruel is that men are rarely given permission to even acknowledge the emptiness, let alone address it. To admit feeling empty is to risk being seen as weak, as ungrateful, as somehow deficient. After all, if you have a job and a home and basic health, what right do you have to feel empty? And so the emptiness becomes a secret shame, something to be buried deeper, medicated through work or alcohol or endless distraction. But here's what we must understand. The emptiness is not a personal failing. It's a rational response to an irrational situation. It's what happens when human beings are asked to live in ways that violate their fundamental needs for meaning, connection, and authenticity. The emptiness is actually a signal, an urgent message from some wiser part of ourselves that something essential is missing. To fill the void requires something radical, a willingness to reject the script we've been handed. It means admitting that we don't have all the answers, that we're scared and uncertain and sometimes desperately sad. It means building relationships based on honesty rather than performance, where we can say, I'm struggling without fear of judgment. It means finding work or pursuits that feel genuinely meaningful, even if they don't maximize status or income. Most fundamentally, it means reconnecting with the parts of ourselves we've been taught to exile, the sensitivity, the doubt, the longing for tenderness and beauty and connection. These aren't weaknesses to overcome. They're the very things that make us human, and their absence is precisely what creates the emptiness. The tragedy is not that so many men feel empty. The tragedy is that they feel they must pretend otherwise, that they must soldier on maintaining the illusion of contentment while slowly hollowing out from within. The tragedy is that we've created a version of masculinity so narrow and rigid that it leaves no room for the full spectrum of human experience. But there is hope in simply naming the problem, in acknowledging that the emperor has no clothes, that the script we've been following doesn't work and never did. The emptiness can be the beginning of something better if we're brave enough to stop running from it and instead ask what it's trying to tell us about how we need to live differently.